What's up, you guys? It's Teddy Striker here, and this Saturday, the UFC is back with a Noche card headlined by John Silva and Diego Lopes, and it's a really solid card. So here are my predictions for every fight on the main card, starting with Santiago Luna versus Li Kwang, and I'm gonna go with Li Kwang in this one. I feel like they're both really good. Both got really good grappling. I think that Santiago Luna might have the better pure wrestling, but Li Kwang has better jiu-jitsu, better control, and submissions. I also think that Li Kwang is the better striker. I think he's just a more refined fighter, and I think he'll be able to keep the fight on the feet and get a decision victory over this young prospect. And then we got Alexander Hernandez taking on Diego Carlos Ferreira, and this is a really close and tough one to call, but I think I'm gonna go with Alexander Hernandez. I mean, he just fought last month. He got a nice knockout over Chase Hooper. He's in shape. He's got some momentum on his side. So has Diego Ferreira. I mean, this guy is still 40. He's still beating these tough guys and knocking them out or submitting them. And I think this one, both guys, they got fairly good grappling, but I think it's going to be mainly contested on the feet. That I feel like Alexander Hernandez has a slight edge. I think he's going to be the faster fighter, the busier fighter, and I think he's going to pick himself up a decision victory here. And then we got Kelvin Gastelum taking on Dustin Stolfus, and I just saw that Kelvin Gastelum apparently missed weight by 5 pounds. He was 191 pounds when he was supposed to be 186, and this guy, I don't know what is his problem. He misses weight at 170, 185. He just doesn't care, or he's just the most glutinous fighter in the UFC. I mean, he just can't stop eating. It's crazy. He even had show on his YouTube channel called Missing Weight with Kelvin or something like that, and he should be cut, to be honest. If they're gonna do that to Brian Battle, they should do that to a guy like Kelvin Gastelum as well. I know he's technically a UFC Hall of Famer, but still, it's very unprofessional. But regardless, I thought he was gonna win even without the weight miss. But if the fight actually still goes on, I think he's going to win. I mean, this guy's he did this same thing with D-Rod back at 170. And, it's just different when you're fighting a guy who hasn't had to go through that, much, suffering to cut weight, just like you are. And, that guy is just going to have an advantage. Even though, he's getting deducted some of his money, it's still, completely unfair. But, yeah, I got Kelvin Gastelum getting this by a stoppage in the second round. And then we have Jared Gordon taking on Rafa Garcia, and I'm going to go with Jared Gordon getting this done by a second round KO. I feel like he's looking better. He's been putting people away. He put Mark Olsen, the Olympian, away. He put away Thiago Moises in one round, which was crazy. And I feel like he's finding his stride, getting some momentum. I thought he still beat Paddy back in 2022. And that wasn't that long ago. It was this year will be 3 years, but it was still relatively not too long ago. And I don't feel like Rafa Garcia has fought or beaten anyone as good as a guy like Jared Gordon, or he's fought or I don't think he's fought the type of competition that Jared Gordon has. And I think this will be kept on the feet, and I feel like Jared Gordon's an underrated striker. I think he'll do well in this one and get himself a victory on the feet. And I think we're gonna see a second round KO. But then moving on to the co-main event, we got Rafa taking on David Martinez. And David Martinez is a really good prospect, but I don't know about giving him Rafa this early in his career. I mean, this is his second UFC fight, and we saw in Rafa's last fight what he did with John Matsumoto. He took him out, even though that guy was 16-0 undefeated. And I think we're gonna see something similar. Rafa is gonna win this fight. I thought, David Martinez could give him some problems with the kicks. He's got a lot of, he's got a great karate background. So he's got some fast and powerful kicks. And, he's dangerous. But I think, there's just going to be a massive difference in the skill level. And I think that Rafa's volume and his reach and his boxing is just going to be a little too much deal. If he gets in your face, he's got some good, power behind his punches. He's got a great jab, and he's got a lot of experience as well. He's got so many UFC fights, even if he's lost some of them. that experience plays a factor. And when you're a guy who's only had 1 UFC fights, you've got 13 fights total, like you've only tasted an L like once, like it's going to be very, very different. And I think we're going to see that, and we're going to see a vintage Rafael performance. I got him winning this one by decision. And then main event, we got Diego Lopes taking on John Silva. And I'm going to go with John Silva by a third round KO. I feel like John Silva is just one of the best featherweights in the world currently. And I know now there's a lot of people saying the fighting nerds are a bunch of frauds, X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. But like, I bet you like a lot of the bandwagon fans are going to be back on the fighting nerds is like cocktails. I think John Silva is going to figure out Diego Lopes' style, and Diego Lopes just approaches the fight a little bit too linearly. Like, he'll look to get in the pocket and throw some big hooks and uppercuts and catch you from there, and counter your jabs as well. And he doesn't really use his grappling unless, like, you know, he's like, his opponent uses it first. Like, he'll like attempt submissions off his back and things like that, but he can be controlled. We've seen John Silva has some good grappling by submitting a guy like Bryce Mitchell, and John Silva, he's fighting some good competition. It's not like he's fighting some jabronis and like putting them away. No, he's actually fighting some really good guys, and you could argue that his wins are actually kind of better than some of Diego Lopes' wins. I mean, we just saw what happened to Brian Ortega with Aljamain Sterling. Like, he got pieced off for 5 rounds on the feet by Aljamain Sterling, a guy who's known for his grappling. And Dan Ige, like, that was Dan Ige like an hour. Like, he just came out the couch literally, and he was giving Diego Lopes some problems. And obviously we saw what happened with Volk. But overall, I think that Diego Lopes is gonna get figured out really fast and get hurt. Like, cause like the thing with John Silva is he knows how to damage his opponents. Even if he's not dropping with his hands, he can hurt you with his elbows like he did with Drew Dober and finish you from those. And I think we're going to see something similar. Like, it's not going to be like a KO, but I think it's going to be like a doctor stoppage.